Hello everybody, Jordan here, the PH is silent, and today we're going to take a look at a level 100 adventure. Yes, an adventure designed for level 100 characters. This is a first edition D&D adventure for characters levels 18 through 100. Now, how does that work? Well, in older editions of Dungeons & Dragons, you could continue leveling with smaller and smaller benefits each level. Realistically, characters quote-unquote cap out around 20th level, but if players continued to play, they could amass more levels. These extra levels translated into hit points and more time to acquire magical items that would augment your character further. Relating it back to 5th edition D&D, all characters max out at level 20. However, in the Dungeon Master's Guide, there are rules for epic boons and supernatural gifts. Essentially, you could keep playing your 20th level characters and turn experience points into epic rewards. This is essentially what is going on with this adventure. It took a lot of work to get to level 100, trading increasing amounts of experience points for an HP boost and possibly a supernatural blessing. Being level 100, this is the highest level adventure ever published for Dungeons & Dragons. The adventure is called The Throne of Bloodstone. Adventures used to come out in pieces instead of one large 1 through 15 level books. The Throne of Bloodstone was an H-series adventure. The first was published in 1985 with H1 Bloodstone Pass, followed by H2 The Mines of Bloodstone, H3 The Bloodstone Wars, and finally H4 The Throne of Bloodstone, published in 1988. These adventures also famously used the Battle System Tabletop Rules, which was a miniature wargame supplement designed to be used for D&D. It was marketed as the successor to Chainmail. You could command armies with troops, commanders, and heroes, which those heroes were your characters. High-level adventure makes a lot more sense when you start leading armies against the forces of Mordor, for example. These adventures and the new battle system rules would give tools to the D&D Theater of the Mind players to use battle maps and minis. Also, something I love about this series is you could potentially play all 4 adventures in order, but if you wanted to start with H4, it was very possible to get a quick recap of why your adventuring party is in this mess and what they need to do to stop it. This is a Forgotten Realms module, designed to be used with the Forgotten Realms campaign setting. Not essential, of course, but very exciting to use the maps of Faerun that come with the box set to take your players into Bloodstone Pass. Bloodstone Pass is located in northeast Faerun through the Galena Mountains. It was a necessary and strategic route through the mountains, allowing trade between Damara and Vasa. Later on, R.A. Salvatore expanded this location's lore by writing a source book called The Bloodstone Lands for AD&D 2nd edition. The plot of this module is as follows. And warning, spoilers. If you don't want spoilers and you think you might pick this up, it's for sale via PDF online. There is a link in the description. With some easy alterations, you could run this for 5th edition no problem. But onward with the story. A war has been waging in Bloodstone Pass against the Witch King of Vasa. This lich is attacking the nearby everything, and our adventurers are willing to investigate and stop him. The Witch King's army of the dead seems unending, and the locals can't keep them at bay much longer. A lich of nearly 4 centuries and a devotee of Orcus. Exploring his castle, the party will discover demons roaming about from the abyss. The adventure has a tie-in with a new TSR book, Manual of the Planes from 1987, giving the Dungeon Master new tools to take their party into the abyss. The castle is a dungeon crawl that brings the PCs to a huge abyssal gate spewing forth demons. The players enter into the abyss and are able to explore all the fun parts of it, including the River Styx, the realm of Demogorgon makes an appearance, the mansion of Yanagu, Lolth and the Demon Web Pits, plus more. If you're interested in the Demon Lords, check out the top right corner for more information. Finally, the heroes go to the realm of the undead, the realm of Orcus. As they keep exploring, they find the City of Liches. The City of Liches. City of Liches! Continuing on to the lair of the Tarrasque, the City of Zombies, and finally the Castle of Orcus. Using his wand, the Wand of Orcus, Orcus's goal is to turn the prime material plane into a state of undeath where he can reside over both Faerun and his lair of the abyss. The goal of the adventure becomes clear. To stop Orcus and his lich followers in Faerun, you must steal the Wand of Orcus. a major magical artifact. Found in the 5th edition Dungeon Master's Guide, it originally appeared in 1976 D&D supplement Eldritch Wizardry, sometimes called the Wand of Death. Originally, it was a rod of black obsidian topped by a skull. The skull belongs to a hero named Anarchilus. Orcus trapped his spirit and used the skull as a magical focus. The 5th edition art has the spine used as well. It acts as a +3 mace, dealing an extra 2d12 necrotic damage on hit. It comes with detrimental properties that are not present if the wand is attuned to Orcus himself. Speaking of attunement, touching the wand, a character is forced to make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw. On a success, they take 10d6 necrotic damage. On a failure, the creature dies and rises instantly as a zombie. This major artifact is difficult to destroy. According to 5th edition, the wand must be taken to the positive energy plane by the hero whose skull resides on the staff. You would have to resurrect Anarchilus, which is extra difficult because Orcus has his soul hidden, presumably in the abyss, but it could be anywhere. In the adventure, our heroes must defeat or outsmart Orcus and take the wand to the 7 heavens. There they get useful information from Bahamut. Unlike the 5th edition description, in this adventure, the Wand of Orcus can be destroyed by bathing the wand in the black blood of the heart of Tiamat. Bahamut teleports our heroes to Tiamat's lair, and the final battle occurs. Exciting, right? Plane hopping, exploring the abyss, lots of good stuff to steal for an adventure. Maybe your sequel to Out of the Abyss could be Into the Abyss. Luckily for us, 5e has stats for both Orcus and Tiamat. A magical relic like that is hard to pass up though. Your party could decide if they want to keep the Wand of Orcus for themselves. I know I have a Death Cleric that would love this major artifact. If destroyed, the Wand of Orcus leaves behind a heart, which takes the form of a small white gem. Bahamut asks the adventurers to show him this heart so he knows for certain the wand has been destroyed. He does suggest that the wand will reform in 100 years. Orcus will use that time to rebuild it. The gem was eventually taken to the Palace Dragonsbane in Bloodstone Village and planted as an acorn. It grew into a white tree with golden leaves. Bahamut said, "For as long as you and your realm align with the cause of good, this tree will prevent any demons from entering the kingdom of Bloodstone. But should you, your people, or your descendants turn to evil, the tree will wither and the demons will take a most powerful revenge." As of 1480, the tree still stands. However, in Dungeon Magazine 177, it is stated that the city is now barren of its original people. Garrisoned by a large contingent of warlock knights, the white tree still stands but is petrified and lifeless. They had a nice thing going for them, but lost it warring with the neighbors. Lots of Dungeons & Dragons fans have wished for high-level content. Most adventures seem to go from 1 to 10, excluding Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Researching the Wand of Orcus, I discovered its ties to this adventure. A level 100 adventure in D&D sounds amazing, and I wonder what kind of system could be put in place to take your 5e characters farther. Would you potentially want to keep the same character past level 20? Do you retire characters when adventure is done? Are you like me and have a dozen and one characters you want to play? Or are you like the many more famous streams that have 1, sometimes 2 characters attached to them, bringing their gym dark magic into a myriad of adventures? Thanks for watching, everyone. Subscribe for more videos, and thank you so much for those who are already subscribed. I have a Patreon that helps me keep the lights on. If you like what I do, consider becoming a patron. Links in the description, and let me know if you have run or will run the Throne of Bloodstone. I mean, maybe I'll run it after my Rod of 7 Parts game is finished. I'll see you all in the next video.